Hello, welcome back. Come sit down. I'm sitting here waiting for you. I knew you were going to stop by, and I thought last time we had gone through what I had read in 2024, and I thought I might show you all the things that so far I plan to read this year. And as you can see, it's quite the stack already. Interestingly, some of these, I think I said this on our previous visit, but some of these are, of course, repeats that I've just kind of ended up reading every single year at least once. So I thought I might run through some of those, and we'll go from there. So these first three, my wife and I and children were actually eating dinner with there's a small church literally around the corner. We share our back lot bumps up against the church's lot, but it's this little tiny church, and we had dinner with the pastor and his family. He's got a wife and 5 kids. Anyway, his oldest son and I got to talking about Redwall, because I had read almost all of the books growing up, and there were these 3 that have come out since I stopped reading Redwall, and I believe these are all posthumous printings. I believe Brian Jakes had passed away, and his sons or children or something like that, his executor had found the manuscripts for these and had them published posthumously. So I plan to read these. I'm halfway through one of them, and I'll probably get through the rest of these here in the next week. So anyway, those should be fun reads. I have liked every single Redwall book I've read, and I highly recommend them to people with young boys, particularly, although I do think that girls might enjoy them as well. This one, I got this. You'll actually get to see some of the books I got, or the books I got for Christmas, I suppose. But this one is written long ago. I don't know if I showed this to you before, but I got this for Christmas, and it is in desperate need of being repaired and rebound. You can see kind of the front and the back boards are completely detached. So I've already been in talks with a bookbinder and antique repair gentleman in Sussex, I believe, and he's got me on his wait list. He said hopefully he'd have things kind of running along enough where he can take a look at mine before the middle of the year passes. So that would be great. But I'm sure once I get it back, I'll sit down and flip through it and read it. I'm still currently reading The Allegory of Love by C.S. Lewis. I have taken a little bit of a break, a couple weeks here. I've been trying to finish my medieval poem and kind of get that in a kind of first final rough draft, which I'm happy to say I have done so. So I'll pick that back up here shortly. This other will be Paradiso, Dante's third part of the Divine Comedy that my wife and I are reading together, and we're just about to finish Purgatorio. So we'll jump into Paradiso here in the next week, I would bet. And yeah, I'll probably read that. I would not be shocked if I started Dante's Divine Comedy over before the end of the year. That's become kind of an annual read as well. And I'm realizing I forgot a book, actually. One of the next things I'll read, this is Plato's Complete Works. I've got a couple translations of Plato. This one is pretty nice because it has nice footnotes. But I'll get around to reading the Timaeus again. I purchased a copy of Chalcidius's commentary on the Timaeus, and I'd like to read the Timaeus one more time before I pick up the commentary and read through that. So here's another Christmas book that I got, and this is the Folio Society's King Arthur by Matthews. What's his first name? John and Caitlin Matthews. It's the both of them, actually. So this is just a history on King Arthur, what we can know a historical character, and also the development of the Arthuriana, the stories surrounding the matter of Britain. So I'll get around to reading that this year as well. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is an annual read at this point. I read it starting on or after Christmas Day, and I'll read it. It usually takes me, you could probably sit down and read it in a day, in an afternoon, and perhaps part of a morning. Along with that, the first time I read it all the way through was actually on a 2 or 3 hour plane trip. I just sat down and just read it on the plane. This huge copy is really nice because it has awesome illustrations, but it also has the facing text here as well, so you can read the original, I believe it's Middle English, and the translation here, which is really well done. It really maintains the poetic form, get the bob and wheel and everything like that. So I'll be reading that this year. Again, Lord of the Rings, I have started that on September the 22nd every year for the past 4 years, 3 or 4 years. So September 22nd, I'll start Lord of the Rings again. And then the last one, and I was kind of waiting to show you some of these for this to come, but this last book is Tales from the Perilous Realm by J.R.R. Tolkien. Comes in this really nice slipcase, this deluxe edition. I was waiting for this to come. It took almost a month for this to arrive. I ordered it with some Christmas money and have been eagerly awaiting this. It's got stories in here like Leaf by Niggle and Roverandom, Farmer Giles, Adventures of Tom Bombadil and Smith of Wootton Major. And then it also has Tolkien's essay on fairy stories at the back and appendix. And I didn't know this, but it has this illustration. These are illustrated throughout by Alan Lee, and we get this really awesome one. I believe this artwork is the traditional cover on, it's not the mass market, but the less expensive version of this, that nice hardcover copy. So anyway, this is a really great copy. I haven't actually read any of the stories from this. I've read On Fairy Stories, his essay, but I haven't read any of the stories, so I'm excited to kind of dip into that. And one other thing I got for Christmas, my brother-in-law got me these Guinness mugs with these older labels on them. He said, I saw these and they were really cool, but I don't drink Guinness, and you're the only one who I know drinks Guinness. So I'm drinking and enjoying Guinness this evening. And I thank you for stopping by. It was wonderful to see you again, and I'm happy to have been able to show you some of what I'll be reading. And boy, we'll see you next time. We'll have to get together here again shortly here in the next week or so. And until then, please take care. God bless.